Bruce Daisley, Sales Director, YouTube and Display at Google. Please welcome him.
Good. So, good. I should say before we start, I've loaded all my links up. So if anyone wants to get that, I'll give it to you again at the end. But I've loaded the presentation up there. So I've got a minute, right? 10 minutes. A minute is truthful, more likely, isn't it? After a minute, you'll be thinking, I want to write a better tweet than Reddos. Think of something witty. Think of something witty. So it reminds me vaguely, I saw Noel Edmonds present at a radio conference about 3 years ago. And some wag had decided, when Steve Wright in the afternoon was off on Radio 2, they said, let's get Edmonds in. Let's shift Edmonds in. 30 years off radio. Let's get him back onto Radio 2. He said he was 30 seconds into his first link when the first text arrived. What's that bearded twat doing on air? So I guess this is the current conference version. So I'm sort of obsessed with this notion of how urgent everyone is, how busy everyone is. Have you heard of the idea of hurry sickness? So hurry sickness, anyone recognise these symptoms? This is an observable condition. Anyone recognise these symptoms? You always do something else while you're brushing your teeth. Yeah? Never just brushing your teeth. You secretly love just catching a train or a plane. And it's worth missing one or two just to make sure you're right on your game. You get on the door, swoosh behind you. Yes, look at these losers. 7 minutes wasted, those guys. You get in there, you get out, you go for a lift, you press the button, you press it again straight away. It clearly didn't realise how important I am. You get inside the lift, they called this door dwell. Otis Elevators do a survey on this. The tolerance for door dwell used to be 4 seconds. Now it's 2 seconds. You get in, press the button. For fuck's sake, press it. They say half of the closed door buttons aren't even connected. They're just to pacify you, to make you feel like you're doing something. The world's completely changing. Everything's changed. You know, it used to be talent shows on TV. They'd politely tell you on Wednesday, you're not going back next week. Now, you go on to TV shows, you don't even finish the thing you've been preparing for the last 6 months. They buzz you off, they get you off stage. Right, okay. Hurry sickness is around us. I recognise that, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about online video. So to give you a sense of online video, things you probably have seen and probably know. Cisco, who are the people who do the sort of pipe work of the internet, they reckon that by 2013, 90% of internet traffic will be video. It's big, right? In fact, it's big right now. So 50% of internet traffic today in the US is already video. Not just things like YouTube, Netflix is massive. People watching online video at home is a quarter of internet traffic. It's enormous. But here's a stat that you might not know. So here's what that industry is dealing with at the moment. Currently, 53% of internet video ads never finish. Okay, so you might know the phenomenon. You go along to a website, you fancy watching a clip from a program you saw last night, 3 ads are served to you, sort of the will to live goes, and you think, oh, sorry, I'll go and have a cup of tea, and you leave it. Or you're on a website, and a video showing in the corner of the screen, you don't notice it, you leave. So we thought, imagine if we tried to understand how the world works in 2011, and we tried to solve that problem. So we came up with something that we think adapts for the world of hurry sickness and tries to bring advertising a solution that works. So we created something called TrueView ads. We call them skippable ads. It's an ad that after 5 seconds, the user can choose not to watch it. So we asked them, indulge us, give us 5 seconds to suss it out, and then they can choose to skip it. Anyone fancy trying it out? So here's what we're going to do. I've got some air horns here. We're going to try this out in real life, okay? So I'm going to hand these out. I just want 3 volunteers to help me test whether the Bleaks, I've already tipped off Bleaks that I'd get him. So Tim Bleakley there, there's one. Yeah, do you want to test that, Tim? Just, there we go. Right, anyone? Next one? Next one? Go on. There you go. Any more? Go on, one over there. Right, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show the ads and test that it works. You two, you skip them if you want us to skip them, okay? Right, let's start.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about how...
Okay.
Car insurance, eh? What can you do?
Go compare! Go compare!
Oh, come on.
Night shift again. He's written you a song. Thank you for selling walls. Thank you for the sausage rolls. You're the loveliest garage lady in the land, but obviously he can't really express himself because he's just a bloke, really.
Okay, so that's what we found. That's what we found. Actually, people are happy to watch good ads. And here's the thing. So you might think, the media owners in the room will think they're crazy. Because what they're doing, half of the ads were skipped. But you'll remember that that was the stat anyway. That's the stat that half of web video ads weren't finishing. All we're doing is we're saying, well, let's invert it. Rather than apologise for the ads that are being skipped, how about we celebrate the ones that are being watched? We only charge for the ads that are watched. And so you're probably thinking, media owners thinking, well, you're wasting half your inventory. Here's what we've done. We've turned it into an auction. So each time the ad is skipped, we give it a lower quality score. Each time the ad is watched, we give it a higher quality score. And what we do is basically high view rate equals a high quality score. Good ads pay less. So to win, to show, it's a democracy, the best ads pay less. That seems fair enough, right? So someone who brings along a shouty, repetitive, annoying ad that's skipped a lot, you're going to have to pay 10p a view for your ads. People who bring along a delightful ad that everyone chooses to watch, you're going to be half the price. Now, you know, it's a gamble. We don't know how it's going to go, but for so far, it's been fantastically successful. The thing that's really intrigued us is that the levels of engagement, you can see sort of with when people are handed the horns, it has that effect. People tend to lean forward and we've seen a high level of involvement and engagement in the ads. We did a piece of research. Let me show you how the research went. We put these biometric suits on people. I don't know if you've ever seen these. So imagine a tank top created by Tron, sort of like technology all over. You put it on, it measures your heart rate, your pulse, your breathing, movement. And we tracked it just to see how engaged people were. Now, what I'm going to show you is the people who didn't skip the ad on the skippable ones and the people who were just watching a standard ad. And what you can see, so there you go, top one is the skippable ad.
The new 2011 Freelander 2. Why get a car when you can get a Land Rover?
All the way through, people were more engaged. Now, obviously, that's because they had the choice at any point to get themselves out. They didn't have to watch it. We found that there was 75% more engaged by watching that. Here's another one here, Walker's campaign, showed exactly the same pattern. Of course, what this doesn't show is the people who were unengaged who left. But we didn't charge for those guys. We only charged for the ones who were there. So right now, we've launched this. It feels like it's a risky, innovative way to try and invent advertising that's about 2011 rather than about 2010. Here's the final thing we found. We found that the ads that were skipped still had recognition to them. So there's control there. 59% of people knew what the brand was. They knew what Go Compare was, even though they skipped it. So the unpaid for ads were getting high recognition. Look, I wasn't digging you out when I was talking about hurry sickness before, because I know who I'm dealing with. You know, you're sitting there, yeah, I'm pressing the lift button, but that's because I'm a maverick. I'm a maverick. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to take risks. I'm sort of busy and I'm important. I'm going to eat a risk panini at my desk and get on with taking chances. I think that was our idea. We wanted to do something that felt like it was reinventing what was there and try a new experiment. So we've given it a go. Brand new idea. We felt like we took an old idea and would skip it. So that was our plan. The links are there. Thank you.